There are 4 distinct communication styles that categorize most people. These styles are based on what drives them, how they approach communication, and what they seek in interactions with others. First, we have the reds, who are motivated by power and results. Then, we have the greens, who seek peace and stability. The blues are driven by logic and structure, and the yellows thrive on connection, fun, and creativity. By understanding these 4 styles, I've been able to form strong, effective connections with almost everyone I meet, whether we share much in common or not. This knowledge has been instrumental in my work as an international speaker and communication coach, and it allows me to engage with a wide variety of people no matter where I go. In this video, I'll guide you through discovering which of these 4 colors represents you, the challenges each type faces, and, most importantly, how to communicate in a way that resonates with each of these styles. Without this insight, you may often find yourself wondering why conversations with some people flow effortlessly, while others seem incredibly challenging. Imagine walking into any room, instantly understanding what motivates someone, what they fear, and how to speak their language so you can connect on a deeper level. This all starts with understanding your own communication style, which we'll break down now. Identifying your communication style, I was first introduced to this color-based system through the work of Thomas Erickson, who authored Surrounded by Idiots. This book has been an incredible resource, and I highly recommend it. Erickson's method categorizes people into 4 colors, each representing a different communication style. While we all possess elements of all 4 colors, each of us tends to gravitate toward one dominant style. As I explain each color, think about which one resonates most with you, and consider which friends or colleagues might represent the other colors. This will make it easier to recall and understand the differences. The 4 types. 1. Reds. Reds are bold, decisive, and competitive. They are focused on achieving results, and they tend to be a bit impatient. 2. Yellows. Yellows are social, enthusiastic, and creative. They are driven by connection, fun, and engaging with others. 3. Greens. Greens are calm, supportive, and patient. They value stability and peace, and tend to avoid sudden changes. 4. Blues. Blues are logical, analytical, and deep. They thrive on structure and precision, and are often perfectionists. If you're still unsure which color you identify with, I have 3 key questions for you that will help clarify your dominant style. 1. Are you more introverted or extroverted? If you lean toward introversion, you're likely a blue or green. If you're more extroverted, you're probably a red or yellow. 2. Do you tend to be more logical or emotional? If you approach things logically, you're likely a green or red. If you lean toward emotions, you're probably a blue or yellow. 3. Do you speak more deliberately or quickly? If your speech is more deliberate, you're probably a green or blue. If you tend to speak quickly, you're likely a red or yellow. Let's walk through these questions with me as an example. I am extroverted, so that means I could be a red or yellow. I am also more emotional than logical, so I narrow it down to yellow or blue. Finally, I speak quickly, so that clearly points me to yellow. Now it's your turn. Take these questions and figure out which color suits you best. When you do, leave a comment below and share which color you identify with. The challenges of each communication style, the main challenge most people face, is assuming everyone communicates in the same way they do. When 2 reds talk to each other, the conversation is often direct, efficient, and problem-focused. But when a red communicates with a green, blue, or yellow, the conversation can feel frustrating, as the other person may not respond in the same direct, results-driven way. Let us take a closer look at how each of the colors communicate and where these clashes happen. Example 1. 2 reds talking. When 2 reds communicate, they get straight to the point. For example, when will you be handing in the project? And what problems are you facing? I'll hand it in by 5:00 p.m. today. I'm dealing with 3 issues. Peter getting stuck in the details, Craig being indecisive, and I love the skits I made for YouTube engagement. Reds enjoy fast, decisive communication. When communicating in a straightforward way, reds feel heard and understood. But this style doesn't always work when interacting with other color types. Greens, blues, and yellows might feel overwhelmed, disconnected, or even frustrated by this approach. Example 2, a red communicating with other colors, with a yellow. Before we dive into the numbers, Let's watch the ad. It's hilarious and we'll enjoy it together. With a green, we need to make a decision right now. With a blue, let S go through all the data first to ensure we're on track. Reds are typically driven by results, speed, and efficiency. But the other colors have different priorities. Yellows may get distracted by the lack of excitement. Greens may feel pushed into a decision, and blues will be concerned that the details aren't being covered thoroughly. How the other colors view you now, let's dive into how the different colors perceive each other. This is important because it helps us understand why we may clash with others despite having good intentions. If we can see how others perceive us, we can adjust our approach and connect better with them. 1. How reds are seen by other colors. Reds often overwhelm greens with their directness and focus on results. Greens might see reds as too pushy or aggressive. They value harmony and patience, which can be at odds with the reds' fast-paced, outcome-driven style. Yellows may find reds to be too serious and lacking in fun. Reds often focus on tasks and results, which can come across as cold or boring to yellows, who thrive on creativity and enthusiasm. Blues may view reds as reckless or careless with details. They tend to be meticulous and focus on structure, and the reds' high-speed direct communication style can feel rushed or lacking in important specifics. 2. How yellows are seen by other colors. Yellows' spontaneous, energetic, and idea-filled approach can seem unfocused or inefficient to reds. Reds are driven by results, and yellows' tendency to jump from idea to idea can make them seem scattered or unproductive. Greens may view yellows as chaotic or ungrounded. Yellows' high energy and creativity can clash with the greens' calm, patient demeanor, which thrives on stability and peace. Blues might see yellows as superficial or lacking in detail. Yellows prefer big ideas and excitement, but blues need structure and facts. The fast-paced, emotional approach of yellows can leave blues feeling unsatisfied because they need precision and depth. 3. How greens are seen by other colors. Greens can seem indecisive and slow to reds. Reds value efficiency and decision-making, and greens' careful, patient approach can feel like a delay or obstacle to moving forward. Yellows may view greens as dull or uninspiring. They crave energy and excitement, and greens' preference for calm and peace can make them seem boring or unexciting to yellows. Blues appreciate greens' calmness, but may find them frustratingly non. Blues like to focus on facts and details, and greens' reluctance to take quick action or make firm decisions can be annoying or troubling for blues, who seek structure and clarity. For how blues are seen by other colors. Reds may see blues as too slow or overly concerned with details. Blues' need for precision can feel like a hindrance to reds, who are always focused on getting things done quickly. Yellows may find blues to be overly critical or rigid. Yellows prefer fun, creativity, and spontaneity, but blues focus on facts, structure, and thoroughness, which can make them seem overly serious or lacking in fun. Greens may appreciate blues' attention to detail, but they might feel overwhelmed or pushed by the blues' perfectionism. Blues' need for accuracy can come across as nitpicky or demanding for greens, who value peace and are more focused on emotional connections than specifics. Adjusting your communication style for better connection. Now that you understand how each color perceives the others, it's time to learn how to adapt your communication style to connect with people from all walks of life. This is the key to becoming an effective communicator. You don't need to change who you are, but by learning how to adjust your approach based on the person you're speaking to, you can connect more effortlessly with a wider range of people. Let's look at how you can communicate effectively with each color. Communicating with reds appreciate direct, clear, and fast communication. When speaking with a red, you should be decisive and get straight to the point. Focus on the outcome and be clear about results. Avoid unnecessary details or fluff. Reds want to know the most efficient way to achieve results. Use frameworks or structured approaches to make things clear and concise. Example, instead of saying, "Let me walk you through all the background details and analysis," say, "Here's the report, and here are the top 3 recommendations moving forward." Communicating with yellows. Yellows thrive on energy, fun, and creativity. When speaking with a yellow, you should be enthusiastic and positive. Keep the conversation light and engaging. Focus on ideas and possibilities rather than deep details or facts. Allow them to be spontaneous and free-spirited. Don't bog them down with too much structure or routine. Example: instead of saying, "Here's a 40-page document outlining the details on how to use this product," say, "Just hit record and have fun with it. You'll figure it out along the way." Communicating with greens. Greens value patience.com and support. When speaking with a green, you should be patient and avoid rushing them into decisions. Offer reassurance and focus on creating a comfortable environment. Move at a gentle pace. Greens need time to process changes and make decisions. Avoid being too forceful or demanding. They value peace and harmony, so respect their need for space. Example: instead of saying, "We need to make this change right now," say, "I understand this is a shift, but we'll take it step by step at a pace that feels comfortable for you." Communicating with blues. Blues are detail-oriented and prefer structure. When speaking with a blue, you should be precise and factual. Avoid generalizations or exaggerations. Provide detailed plans and be prepared with data. Respect their need for accuracy and clarity. Structure your conversation logically to help them process information. Mastering communication to connect with 95% of people. By learning how to recognize and adjust to each of these 4 communication styles, you'll be able to connect with a vast majority of people, about 95% of the individuals you encounter. This doesn't mean you have to change who you are or stop being authentic. Rather, it's about adapting your communication delivery to meet the needs of the person in front of you. This flexibility allows you to bridge the gap between different personalities, making it easier to build relationships and establish rapport. Mastering this skill means you can be an effective communicator in any situation. Real-life example: how adjusting communication helps relationships. I've personally seen how adjusting my communication style has made a significant difference in my relationships, both in my personal and professional life. Take, for instance, my wife. She is decisive, clear, and always focused on results. I, on the other hand, am a yellow enthusiast, quick to jump between ideas, and always full of energy. In the past, I would rush into conversations with her, throwing multiple ideas at her in quick succession, expecting her to follow along and be excited about each one. Naturally, this would overwhelm her. To her, it felt like I wasn't respecting her need for clarity and efficiency. She would shut down or become frustrated, not because she didn't care or didn't love me, but because I was communicating in a way that worked for her, especially since she values directness and clear results. Once I recognized this, I started to adjust my approach. Instead of bombarding her with multiple ideas at once, I began presenting things in a more straightforward, clear, and concise manner. I defocus on one idea at a time and give her space to process before moving on. This shift in how I communicated created a huge difference in how we interacted, reducing misunderstandings and improving the quality of our discussions. This example highlights the core lesson. When you communicate in your own preferred style, you may only truly connect with people who are similar to you. But if you learn how to adapt and speak the language of others, you'll connect with a broader range of individuals and reduce the potential for friction. How to avoid the pitfalls of judging others. One of the most common challenges in communication is our tendency to judge people who are different from us. We may think, "Why are they so slow?" Or "Why can't they just get to the point?" Or even, "Why are they so serious?" These judgments often arise when someone's communication style differs from our own. Here's the thing: I do it too. I'm human. But understanding these 4 colors has helped me be more compassionate, empathetic, and less judgmental. When I interact with someone now, I don't immediately judge them based on my own preferences. Instead, I recognize that they may have a different communication style that's just as valid as mine. For instance, when I meet someone who is a green and seems to avoid making decisions, I now understand that it's not because they're being stubborn or lazy, but because they need time and stability to make the right choice. Similarly, when I talk to a blue who's diving into minute details, I appreciate their attention to accuracy and realize they just want to make sure everything is perfect. Instead of feeling frustrated, I can now approach the conversation with empathy and understand their perspective. By learning about these styles, I've been able to speak all 4 languages: red, yellow, green, and blue, and connect with people more deeply. This has helped me become a better communicator and, perhaps most importantly, less judgmental of others. How to speak to each color. Your communication hack now. Let's break down how to communicate with each color in a way that resonates with them. Think of this as your personal communication hack, a tool that allows you to tailor your message and connect with anyone you meet. 1. Speaking to Reds. Be direct and results-focused. Reds appreciate efficiency and clarity. When speaking to a Red, be decisive and get straight to the point. Focus on the outcome and results. Avoid excessive details or lengthy explanations. They want the bottom line. Use frameworks to present information concisely. Example, instead of saying, "Let me walk you through all the background and details," say, "Here's the summary of the report with the top 3 points and recommendations for action." 2. Speaking to Yellows. Be engaging and fun. Yellows are all about energy and excitement. When communicating with a Yellow, be enthusiastic and positive. Keep the conversation light, creative, and fun. Focus on ideas and possibilities rather than details. Allow them the freedom to explore and be spontaneous. Example, instead of saying, "Let me give you a 40-page manual on how to use this product," say, "Just hit the record button and have fun with it. You'll figure it out along the way." 3. Speaking to Greens. Be calm and supportive. Greens value peace and stability. When communicating with a Green, be patient and calm. Don't rush them. Provide reassurance and create a sense of comfort. Move at a gentle pace and allow them time to process decisions. Avoid being forceful or aggressive. Instead, focus on creating a harmonious environment. Example, instead of saying, "We need to make a decision now," say, "I know this is a big change, but we'll take it slow, and I'll be with you every step of the way." For speaking to Blues, be precise and structured. Blues are detail-oriented and like structure. When speaking with a Blue, be precise and factual. Don't generalize. Provide detailed plans and be ready with data. Respect their need for accuracy and thoroughness. Avoid exaggeration or ambiguity. They appreciate clear, structured communication. Example, instead of saying, "Don't worry about the details, just trust me," say, "Here's the data, and here's a step-by-step plan we've created. Feel free to review it and let me know if you have any questions." Final thoughts. Mastering the art of communication. As you can see, adapting your communication style is a game changer. It's not about changing who you are or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about learning how to speak the language of the person in front of you so that you can connect more effectively. The best communicators understand that people are diverse, and they don't try to force everyone into their own communication mold. Instead, they adjust their approach depending on the person they're speaking with. By mastering the skill of speaking all 4 colors, you'll become a more versatile and dynamic communicator, which will allow you to connect with almost anyone. Imagine walking into any situation and instantly identifying the communication style of the people around you. You could then adjust your approach to communicate more clearly and effectively, building stronger relationships in the process. We all have the ability to learn and adapt. Whether you're fun and spontaneous like a Yellow, analytical and precise like a Blue, calm and patient like a Green, or decisive and results-driven like a Red, it's important to embrace the full spectrum of communication styles. The more you learn to speak all the languages of communication, the more effective and compassionate a communicator you'll become. So, which color are you? Take a moment to reflect and think about how understanding your own communication style can help you connect better with others. Communication is the key to unlocking powerful relationships and, ultimately, the success you seek. Let's continue learning and growing together.